table, what do we need for this DIY? We need, of course, our tumbling towel blocks. I use the bigger ones, but you also can use the smaller ones. I have an old piece of kitchen towel, and of course I did make it wet, so you can wipe away the glue very easy. You can use some paint at your choice. I'm going to use my wood glue, but if you want to use your hot glue, it's also fine to do whatever you think is right. And of course I have my little container over here with some scissors, some markers, some pencil and some brushes, some cutter. And these are a little bit the main things what we need for this DIY. What we're going to do, we're going to make a shadow box, but of course a seasonal shadow box, so you can change them up any way you like and for every season you like. So, and of course with a twist, like always, and step by step. So enough talking, let's jump into our DIY. So we are going to start with the bottom, of course. We are going to make 2 pieces of 2. So it's very easy, just do it, some glue on the tops. And this is already number 1. And this will be number 2. And again, glue them together, and we are going to wait a couple of minutes until this is dried in for a little moment. In the meantime, while this is drying, we are going to take 6 loose blocks. This is 5 and this is number 6. We are going to do some glue on this side of number 2, number 3, number 4, and a number 5, because 6 is the closure up. And squeeze it and press it down and make sure that you have a straight line. And of course we're going to get our kitchen towel and we're going to wipe away the glue we don't need. And again, redo your piece until there's a nice straight piece of wood. And this way, and we're going to let this dry in also. And these 2 pieces we are going to go further with. Of course, he's not totally dry, so don't worry, he is not, not dry yet. What I'm going to do some glue on this top. And I'm going to do a little piece on the side, this way. I'm going to place it over here, and I'm going to place this one over here. So very easy, squeeze it, make a straight line. And squeeze this one also and make a straight line. We get another loose block, and we're going to do some on the side and on the other one on the top. And you see already we can close it in over here, squeeze it, and we're going to squeeze it over here, wipe away the glue which is coming out, and we're going to let this dry. We did let it dry in a couple of minutes. What we're going to do, we're going to do some glue in the middle piece, just a thin line over here. And again, you see already my thin line is always very wobbly. You see already he's going everywhere, but do it better than I do. You see, and now we're going to do a little bit over here, again extra. We are going to place very carefully this piece of wood on top of here, and again in the middle, and we're going to just find the middle and just give it a little bit of pressure, not too much, because everything is not dried in yet. And we're going to let this dry also. Now we have the first piece of our bottom, and if you look carefully you see a little bit of glue coming out. We're going to take our wet towel, but of course we can wipe it away because we can't reach it, and most of the time your work will damage. So what we're going to do, we take a simple small brush, do a little bit over the wet towel, and just go around the lines and wipe away the glue we don't need. And so you get a nice finishing touch over here and over here. And you see now we can easily let it dry in because it is neatly dried in. Now the bottom piece, for everyone who uses the smaller blocks, you need 2 rows of 10 glued together, and this way you also glue together. So you have the first part of the bottom, so 2 pieces of 10, glue everything together. Then you have 3 pieces of 5, also glue together, and then glue this 3 together. And if I am correctly, and I'm trying to get it very carefully on top of here, so you can see, you get almost the same like I have with my bigger blocks, you get with your smaller blocks also. So this is for you the bottom, and for the bigger block is this the bottom. So we're going to let this dry. What we're going to do, we're going to make the stand. We are going to make 4 pieces of 3. Very easy. Just do 1 and number 2, and number 3 will be the closure up again. Squeeze it, press it together and make it on the side. And again 3 blocks. Of course I'm going to do this one together with you, but don't worry, I don't do everything together, and maybe even a little bit faster. So this is number 2. We're going to wipe away the glue, of course also from our project, because we don't want our project is full of stains. So again 3 blocks like this, and number 2 again, and then we already have the last one of 3 because we need 4. Again 3 blocks, and this is number 1, number 2, and close you up number 3. Squeeze it, press it together, and again also this one we are going to wipe away the glue over here, and we're going to clean up our placemat. I don't know if you call placemat also this also in English placemat. I think it does. And the round ones are, I think, a charger if you do it under your plates, if I am correctly. I hope I say it. I hope I say it right. What we're going to do now, we're going to make 4 pieces of 2. So very easy. Just get them together, squeeze it, press them down, and again some glue. And we're going to do this one. Squeeze it, press it together, and the number 3. Squeeze it, and the last one number 4. And then we're going to go and let all pieces dry in for a couple of minutes. Again I'm wiping away the glue this way. So, and then we're going to let this dry in. So we have our 4 pieces of 2 and our 4 pieces of 3. What we're going to do, we're going to get some glue, and we do this on the top over here, and we're going to place these 2 together, squeeze it and press it together, and we're going to do the same way with this one. Look if everything is gluing correctly, then we're going to do some glue on the tops also, and we're going to squeeze it and this way, and we're going to let this dry. We're going to do with the 2 pieces the same. Look which one are fitting the best, and we're going to do also some glue over here, and we're going to squeeze it. And if this is correctly, you have to look for, I think if I turn it around, yes, this fits better. Always work a little bit with it because the blocks are never the same size. So always turn it around, or maybe turn it over, turn it this way over. Always look for which is fitting the best, then you get the best result. And again wipe away the glue. And now we're going to let this rest also a couple of minutes again. And you see here, this is for the bigger blocks. For the smaller blocks we need for the middle stand, because you have already the bottom, we need for the middle stand, you have 3 blocks, 3 blocks and 3 blocks, and glue them together. And this you do 2 times. So you need 2 times this rows of blocks, and you need 5, 5, 5 glue together, and you also need 2 of this one and 2 of this one, and then you have the same like I have over here, 2 smaller ones, 2 wider ones, and you have the same with the smaller blocks. So if you have questions, if I don't explain it right, or maybe not that you understand, just let me know, because I want also that you have a nice shadow box which you can use for in your home. What we're going to do right now is the same for the smaller blocks as the bigger blocks. We are going to take one of the smaller pieces and we're going to place it down. We are going to get some of the bigger ones and we're going to do some glue on the side. Very easy over here, and we're going to place it at the ending of the line over here. And just make sure that you have a straight line, squeeze it, press it down, and you have a nice straight line again. And we're going to do with this one the same, just do some glue over here, and we're going to place this one on the other side, just at the ending, squeeze it, make sure that you have a straight line, and let it settle in for a couple of minutes before you are wiping away the glue. So I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So we did let it dry in for a couple of minutes, but not too long, because maybe we have to remodel it. So we are going to do some glue on this side, some glue on this side, and then we're going to do the other small pieces on top. So very easy, and you make a nice, and you press it down a little over here, and you're going to make sure that this is also in a straight line, and just give it some pressure on top. You also can place something heavy on top, so it doesn't matter, but make sure that you have it in a straight line, because that's always the hardest thing to do, because the blocks are not always even. And I know the struggle some people have, because my blocks are always not even. So don't worry about it. And we're going to let this dry in also. So in the meantime, what we're going to do, because this is also dried in already and this is still drying in, we are going to make the bottom and the top of our shadow box. And we are going to do 3 this way, and we're going to go 3 this way. So very easy, just do some glue under here. This is 1, and this is number 2, and number 3 is again the closure up. Squeeze it, place them together, and make a nice straight line. And we're going to do here the same. A little glue on number 1 and on number 2. And we're going to place them together, squeeze it, press it down, and make sure that you have a nice straight line, and wipe away the glue we don't need, so we get a nice clean bottom or top, just where you want to use it for, because we're going to make another one. And this is already the top. This is 1, this is number 2, and this will be the closure up. Squeeze it, press it down, and we're going to make it clean with our towel. And we're going to do the last one. And then we're going to let this, of course, you know the drill already. We're going to let it dry in also for a couple of minutes. I sound sometimes like a kind of a commander in the army. We let it dry in. I hear myself say it every time and time again, but you know I mean well. So I'm going to let this dry. So, and we did let dry in all 4 of them, and we're going to glue them together, and always look which parts are fitting the best. If you do it maybe this way, and you see it works a little bit better. So we're going to do some glue on this side, and we're going to place it together this way, and we're going to do on this side, and again squeeze it and press it together this way, and we're going to let this dry in also. Now I will tell you the sizes you need if you use the smaller blocks. This will be the shadow box, the top, because you have already the bottom, you have the middle stand, and now we're going to make the shadow box. You are going to do 9 blocks, and you glue them together. This is a bottom, but you also need again a second one for the top. So 9 blocks, glue together, and you have the bottom, and you need of course a top. For the sides you need 6 blocks, but you need to make them 3 high. So 6 blocks together, again 6 blocks, and again 6 blocks, and glue them together until one side. And you do on this side the same. So you need 2 pieces of 3 high blocks of 9. For the back side is also 3 high, of course, again, and you need again 10 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 blocks and 3 high again. And then you can glue them very easily together, plus the bottom of the top. The bottom will be here, and you will place it against this. Oh, I hope it doesn't fall. This way. and you place this one against this one, very easy, and you do this one against this one. And you have to work a little bit with it because not like I always tell you, the blocks are not always the same. So this is already the first layer and you needed 3 high. So and then you already have the box, and the front we do later. So now we're going to get, of course, our middle. This is the bottom. This is the middle piece. He's dried up right now. We are going to look for which one is fitting the best on top of here, this way. And I'm going to do some glue on the underside and a little in the middle of in the inside, because then your glue is not coming out too much, especially not with me, because I'm not always the greatest in gluing. So I'm going to place it on top of here. And I have to look for if I have it in a straight line or not. I think I can have it a little this way. And I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure and I'm going to let it dry in. And of course there is a little bit glue coming out over here, and I'm going to get my brush again, make it wet, and I'm going to wipe away the glue we don't need, this way. And now we're going to let this dry. So we have our bottom and our top. We are going to make the back side, and we're going to get 7 blocks, and we're going to do some glue on the sides. Number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7 will be the closure up. Squeeze them together until 1 row, and we're going to press it down this way. And we're going to let this dry. Of course, we are going to make another one of 7. 5, 6, 7. And we're going to do the same. We're going to do again a little glue on the sides and squeeze them together. Number 4, number 5, number 6, and 7 is the closure up again. Squeeze it, press it down, and make sure that you have everything in a nice straight line. And see already this block is a little smaller, and I'm going to remove it because, and I'll clean it up because I need, for this DIY, I need the back side need to be fine. So I hope that this one will do the job. So we're going to place it in and we're going to squeeze it. And this one is the same measurement, because for a back side you really need a nice size. So then if you have a block which is used, just get your wet towel, wipe off the wood glue, and you can use it for another project again. But for a back side it's always difficult. I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. And both of them are dried in for a couple of minutes, and carefully we're going to place it aside, and we're going to do a little glue over here. And we're going to place it carefully. Even when it breaks, it doesn't matter, because you still can redo it and squeeze all of them together this way. And again, we're going to let this dry. You know the drill already. A couple of minutes. Now we have the back side, we have the 2 bottom and the top, and we're going to make the sides, and we're going to do 3 blocks again together this way. This is 1, this is 2, and we're going to squeeze them this way. This is 1, and we're going to make a second one, and again 3 blocks together. Very easy. And everyone who uses the smaller blocks has already his measurement, so that's very easy. You can already make it. I'm going to do again 3 blocks this way, and this one, and again squeeze it, press together, and the last 3. And then we already have the shadow box. We only need the front. This is 1, this is 2, and 3 is the closure up again. Squeeze it, press it together, and let this dry in for a couple of minutes again. So we are going to get, of course, 2 pieces, and we're going to look for if they are fitting nicely. They do. We're going to do some glue on the tops, and we're going to place it against each other this way, squeeze it and place them in a straight line. We're going to look for this one. Maybe if I turn it over, it fits better. It fits better. I'm going to do some glue over here on the top, and we're going to place it down, squeeze it, and a straight line again, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. Now we're going to glue the box together, and that's the same way you do with the bigger blocks or the smaller blocks. You just lay your parts over here, and you're just going to do some glue on the underside, on this side, and we're going to place it in the middle this way, and we're going to put it straight up over here, and we're going to give it a little bit of pressure and make sure that we have a straight line. We're going to do with this one the same. Again, some glue, and we're going to place it in the middle again. Over here, squeeze it and press it down. And I'm going to do on this side, of course, we are going to do the sides, the under and the sides over here, because we need to glue everything together. So we do on the underside, a little bit of glue and a small line over here. So a little and a little small over here. And then we're going to place it against each other. This is already one, and we're going to do here the same on the underside. And a little small line over here. And on this side. And this way, and we're going to place it straight up. And we make a kind of a box. And we're going to squeeze it, and we try to get it as fitting as we can. And this way, and squeeze it over here. And now I'm going to let this dry in. And when you are a couple of minutes further, you're going to look inside of your shadow box, make your brush, and if there is glue coming on the inside, then wipe it away, because you will see it when you're going to decorate the inside, and that's not a great sight to see. So again, wipe away the glue you don't need also on the outside, if there is any glue. And now we're going to let it really dry a little bit longer, because we need later to drill a little hole in the corner or in the middle, just what you want. I think I'm going to do it in the corner, because we need to have a little hole for our battery lighted string. So I'm going to let this dry in. So our shadow box is drying. We need a front, but you can do the front the way you like it. I'm just giving you an idea, but you don't have to do it. And even with the small blocks, do whatever you think. Some people like maybe this way. Some people like maybe shorter pieces, half pieces, and just lay them next to each other. You can do anything. Some people maybe like it this way, or maybe do a little piece of ribbon around it, or maybe some other fabric. Just do whatever you think it's right. I'm going to make just a simple, it's not totally a square. Yeah, maybe it is. I'm going to make 4 pieces together of 2. So very easy. Just squeeze it. And also, of course, this too. A little glue. And this one. And I'm going to do the last 2. And then I'm going to get a frame, and I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. Now they are dried in. We are going to place them down. Of course, I see here a little bit of glue, and I don't like that, so I'm going to wipe it away. We do some glue on this side, on the top, and we're going to glue it this way. Give it a little bit of pressure. We're going to get the other one, and we're going to do some glue on the top over here. And be careful, because it is still not totally dried up. So we're going to place this one over here. And we're going to do the last one. We're going to do a little on the side, over here, and on the top. And we're going to place it over here. And now we have a nice square. And give it a little bit of pressure, but be careful because everything is not dried in. And we're going to give this one also a minute. And of course, this is the frame for the front side of the bigger blocks, and this is the frame for the front side of the smaller blocks. It's a little bit more difficult because the blocks are totally different, but if I am correct, you need 3 pieces, 2 pieces, 3 pieces and 2 pieces, and then glue together and make sure the 2 pieces, one is over here, this one is coming on the front, and then you go this way, and then you go this way, and then you have, it's not totally a square, it's a little bit more long, it's a little bit longer like a square. We call it a rechthoek. So, and if everything is correctly, then it has to fit. If it doesn't, you have to maybe cut off a little piece of the blocks from the smaller blocks, but try this, and if it doesn't work, you have to maybe cut off a little piece, but then you also have the frame for your shadow box. And you see here, we have all the parts of our shadow box, and before I'm going to glue the frame on top, I'm going to drill a little hole in the corner for my string of lights, and I'm going to do the string of lights inside and I keep the battery packed outside. So that's a little bit better, so you can change up the batteries very easy. So I'm going to make the little hole. So you see already, I have the little hole on the underside. Of course, for you it's now the top side, but of course, if you turn it this way, it's on the underside. And what I did, because I need to use this one, I have some wired lights. I will show it to you if everything, yes, here, there he is. And this string I can do just inside of here and just move it forward, but I will do that in a moment. But first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my frame on top of here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue on the inside, of course, over here. And we go over here. And again, over here. And I use wood glue, but you can use any glue you like. And of course, we are going to place it this way. And I have to look for just the size I need and give it a little bit of pressure this way, and just take your time for it to look for which is the right way to say it. Of course, I'm going to let this dry in. So you see, I gave it some pressure to dry a little bit faster. I'm going to move away the cans, and of course, this is how he is looking like right now. And we still need to glue it on our stand, because it is a stand shadow box. So we are going to just very easy do some glue on this side. And you even can, before I forget to tell you, I do it this way on top, but you also, this is a little bit wider than normally. You see, this is the widest piece, but you also can place it, and of course, the hole has to be in the down. You also can do it this way. Then you have it more standing up. So choose your own shape, what you want. I'm going to go for the sitting down, but I'm going to do some glue over here and just try to get it in the middle of the opening, because then, like I told you, the glue is less coming out. And I'm going to place, maybe I can even place it better upside down this way, and then I can easily get this one more, especially in the middle, because we don't want to have it on the wrong spot. So I have to be over here. And now I'm going to keep it in place for a couple of minutes. So of course, he is drying now on the stand. What I'm going to do, I was looking for if I like to have a finishing touch on top of here. Maybe something like that in the black color, maybe, because I leave this one in the wood color. But I am debating if I am like this. These are just pieces, wood pieces I find in our store here, the Action, and they have little wooden snowmen, wooden trees, and this is supposed to be a tree, but it looks a little bit different like a tree, and maybe for something on top of here. So I have to debate if I like it or not. But You can do on top, you can decorate it with some greenery, you can decorate any way you like. But I'm debating if I'm going to make this black and I'm going to glue it on top. So you see the top already of our shadow box, and I chose for this one, and I'm going to do some glue on the underside, a little drop this way, and I'm going to place it in the middle. Very easy. But this is just optional. Do whatever you think is right. I like it, but you don't have to like it. So I'm going to now get the camera a little bit lower, and then we're going to decorate the inside of our box. So the first, what we're going to do, we're going to take our wired lights, and we are going to place them, of course, through the hole on the back side to the inside. Of course, if everything is correctly, you will fit inside, and it does. So we are going to get it through our little hole, and we make sure that the battery lights are on the back side and this way. And of course we can do it with a kind of sticky gum and just stick them on the back side this way. So very easy that you can, this way you can change it up. But if you have it inside, then maybe you can place it a little bit down, and then maybe you can, if everything sticks inside, because the lights need to be here, maybe do a little tape over here and then work your way to the back side. And most of the time I paint my battery pack always in a color, so maybe in the black color, then it's more fitting to your shadow box. So give it a little color and you place it just as easy on the back side this way. And what I'm going to do with the lights, because of course this is a very long piece of wire, so I'm going to make the size of my box, and I'm going to fold it on and on. So maybe this way, and I'm going to do it this and make a little loops. But of course you can go through hold the shadow box on the inside. You can make some lights, but I don't do that because I like it a little bit more compact this way. And I'm going to place it totally on the back side underin. So I'm just glad that it is a wire, because wire you can easily shape in the size you like to have it. So I'm going to work with it a little bit. You see already it's one big light bulb. I will place my lights out so you can see it a little bit better. I'm blinding you. Yeah, there you are. And I'm going to make sure that it's in a totally line on the back side of my shadow box. So now I have my lights on the back side underin. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take 2 blocks and I'm going to glue them on top of each other. Very easy, just do some glue in the middle this way and just place them on top of each other. Place them sideways, squeeze it and make sure that you have a nice straight line. And we give it a couple of minutes until they are dry. But in the meantime, while this is drying, I'm going to show you 2 pieces, because I'm going to make a little village inside. I have 2 pieces of my villages, of houses. I have a little bit more with the green and the gray color, and the red and the white. I'm going for the red because you can see it a little bit better. So I'm going, this always 12 pieces and they were only €1. So this is very similar like a dollar. So it's very cheap. So I'm going to get some houses out and I'm going to glue 2 of them on top of our block. And you see, I did get out 2 of them. Of course, you can easily make those little holes with a little bit of speckle, if I'm correctly, and then give it a little bit of coloring, but I don't mind. I'm just going to glue them on top of here. I'm going to do some glue under here and make a nice display on my, I hope that he gets enough glue so he will stick together. And I'm trying to do it this way. Now I can still readjust it. That's why I do it with wood glue and not with my glue gun, because or else I can't remove it anymore afterwards. So I'm going to go for this shape and I have to look for that I place them correctly together in a straight line. And I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So they are drying right now. I'm going to get the twine of the red other houses, because there are 4 different houses. And of course I'm going to remove the twine because I don't need it. I need 2 of the red one, of this one. And I'm going to need 2 of the white one of this one. I like it because the other one has a star and I like this one a little bit better for my display. And this one. And I'm going to remove it and I'm going to wait until this is dry up and then we're going to place it inside. So the next step, what we're going to do, I took a couple of bottle brush trees, of course you see, and I did the bottom was white plastic and I did it with some gold marker. You can buy them. I bought this one with Lidl, how you call it. Everyone has a Lidl or Lidl. So I made this one in the gold color and I'm going to do a little bit of sticky gum on the underside of the tree. And this is the, yeah, it's not really big. You have to measure out the size which you want to have. I'm going to do, and I'm going to place 1 in each corner, but totally on the back side. And I'm going to do here the same, also a little bit of sticky gum. And I'm going to do also this on the back side, totally in the corner, and then squeeze it and press it down and make sure that everything stays in. Oh, you see already, he's already running away. I didn't even see it, but you saw it already. I'm going to place it on the back side and I try to make it stay over there. I hope it will stay. So now I'm going to do some sticky gum under these 2 blocks because I want to remove it later and can use it for any season. So I'm going to do some glue of some sticky gum under here and I'm going to try to squeeze it in between both of the trees and make sure that we have to squeeze it down. Of course I have to look for what I'm doing because or else the houses will be totally out of line. So I have to work my way inside and you see this is how he's looking like. I know you can see it totally, but in a moment, of course, with a quick impression you can see everything. It's just a little inspiration. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to get my 2 house where you see already this has a really big brown spot over here, so I'm not going to use this one. So I'm going to cut out this one and I'm going to place 1 in front of here and 1 on the other side also. So I do a little bit of glue on the side of the house and then I hope it will stick in place. I don't know if this will work. This is also the first time I'm going to do it, so place it over here and I'll show it to you in a moment a little bit better. Don't worry, I will show it to you in a moment. And I'm going to do some glue on the side and on the back side, a little bit in between, and I'm going to place it. Have a little patience with me. I'm going to show it to you in a moment. Of course, I'm going to do it out of camera. This takes much too long. Sorry, you just you see the right way. And of course, it was a little bit of a struggle to get them in the way I want to have them in. Of course, now I already 4 houses in. I'm going to get 2 of the smaller little trees and I'm going to place them on each side over here, on the middle. I need 1 in the middle, I think, this way. So I'm going to do some sticky gum on it and place them in. And you see, now I have the 2 little trees also in the middle, and so you can build it up the way you like. I'm going to do now 2 of these little houses. I would have done 2 of this one, but because the chimney is on each side and I can't turn them over because the other side is blank, so I can't turn them over and then it looks very strange if one chimney is over here and the other one is somewhere in the corner. So I'm going to choose for this one and I'm going to place it on each corner over here on the front. I'm going to place also a little house. And now as last finishing touch, I'm going to do 2 of course of the little trees. I'm going to do 1 over here and 1 over here and a little bit of snow. And you see already how easy is it just to make your own a little display. In a moment you see the quick impression, but I think this one was very easy and you can make it any way you like, because always give your own twist in it, so you always have your own unique little decor piece. So what you see in a moment, the quick impression.
Snowflakes falling like a glitter parade. Every corner's a candy cane arcade. Lights are winking, streets are singing. The season's here, the joy keeps ringing. The world feels alive tonight, wrapped in a ribbon of golden light. Oh, it's Christmas, it's magic, it's love.